AI revolution is virtually reshaping every aspect of our lives, and education is no exception. As artificial intelligence or AI technologies continue to advance in an unprecedented pace, they are increasingly integrated into our educational system, fundamentally transforming the way we teach and the way we learn. In this episode of African Student Voices, we are going to explore the profound influence of AI on our education in the African continent. My name is Chimaima Deladem-Doche, and I have here with me lovely guests whom I'm going to introduce after the break. Stay tuned. Welcome back from the break, and if you just joined us, this is African Student Voices show on AAU TV, and AAU TV is the voice of higher education in Africa. And as I said earlier, today we are discussing the impact of AI technologies on our education. And I have here with me lovely guests. So I have here with me Georgina Diana Maison, and she works with the Association of African Universities as a software developer. And I also have here with me Justice Alexander Bekoe Sarpong, and a former student of the University of Ghana, Legon, who studied political science and also a youth activist. And lastly, I have Titus Owusu Darko, who is the Chief Clerk of UNIMAC-IJ SRC General Assembly and also NUC Secretary for Radio and Television. You're all welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So as we know, we are talking about the impact of AI technologies on our education. But before we go a bit deeper into our topic for today, I want us to explore, our experiences during COVID-19 and we adopting the online system of education. I think I'll start from you, Titus.
Okay. During the COVID era, we were not in our various campuses. So as a student, you are in your various homes, and the only thing you could do is to learn by yourself.
That's true.
And with that, I think online learning became something that every student was to cope with because of the global pandemic. And research, everything was done through online.
So how was the experience like? It was the new normal. We were not used to the online system of education, but COVID came and then we had to adapt.
Honestly, for me, it was very, very bad.
Okay.
I didn't like it because I'm the type I would love the teacher to stand in front of me, teach me. I feel that kind of education more than being in my home, learning by no. I want to ask you questions.
But online, you're still able to ask the lecturer some questions.
I think at that time, we were to be on campus, but because of the pandemic, we were to go home. Yes. So even it was school era, but we went home. So no teaching, no learning. It depends on you to learn
on your own.
On your own, exactly. And I wasn't okay at all because I loved the fact that a teacher will stand in front of you, teach you, you ask questions, your colleagues will add up to it. It widens your knowledge on that particular topic. For me, the pandemic destroyed
a whole lot. But how is it now? Because I think currently, schools have still inculcated the online system of education in their curriculum. So whether or not you are okay with it, I think now it has become like a part of us.
Exactly.
I don't know if you are still, if you still experience the online system of education currently, and how is it for you compared to the COVID era?
Well, during the COVID era, it wasn't there. It's popped
just
up.
Came up.
And myself, I was finding it difficult to cope with it because I am the type, if not book, then what someone is teaching me physically. But currently, it has been normal.
Exactly.
Yeah, it has been normal, and I love it.
Oh, okay. Now you know. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go to Justice. How has it been for you?
Well, I would say that it has been interesting regardless of the challenges. Because I feel that even, let me use these LED flashlights, for example. When they were being invented, they went through some challenges. Now, wherever there's darkness and there's a sort of introduction of LED, you see there's a change.
Okay.
So regardless of the challenges, we've seen that this online teaching and then learning has actually improved some things.
Okay. But how was the experience like during the COVID era? And let me see, how is it now? I don't know if, I mean, you were still, okay, since you just completed, I don't know if you were still, I mean, using the online system of education while still there.
Yes, please. I was actually, experiencing it, and I went through. And this sends me back to my story I barely tell people. I spent my whole level 200 days in the house. Although in our second semester, we had a chance to be on campus, but going to class wasn't permitted. You can still be on campus and then be doing online learning and then teaching, whatever they call it. But I chose to be in the house.
Okay.
Because connectivity and everything was perfect for me.
Okay.
It was even during the COVID times that my senior brother had to even, get a house, a Wi-Fi. So it really helped a lot, regardless of the challenges. Yes, so it wasn't so easy like that, but we could.
Now?
As my brother just said, Titus, right now it is so interesting. We do everything
online.
Yes, yes.
Have to move
No. It is very, very interesting.
Okay, so how do you envision AI actually taking over from the educational, the traditional educational practices?
So I mostly say this thing whenever I go to some other TV stations, okay? I say that we say rebranding because there's a brand already.
Yeah.
Do you get it? And there's no way I feel that the AI system is coming to take over traditional way of teaching completely. It is just coming to reform it.
Okay.
And add some bits of spices. The ladies mostly understand when we say spices. Do you get it? And add some sort of spices to it to make it more lucrative, precise, and modern.
Okay.
And not to necessarily no. There's no way you can take that one. Because even these AI tools or the technology backing the AI is being controlled by human beings. So there's no way you can take the traditional way of teaching and learning from us. Just that the AI is coming to rebrand it.
Okay. Okay, let me come to you, Miss Mason. So with the advent of AI technologies and applications like the chats, the Geminis, and the others, how are they going to, improve our learning outcomes? As students, I know you are a software developer who is, into these things, but coming down to us, the students level, how do you think they are going to help in our student, helping us as a student?
Okay, so for students who can actually get access to some of these technologies, it would help them with research work, for instance. It would give them ready access to information. It would help them give them personalized forms of learning. So if I'm having issues with this course, I can just go on ChatGPT and ask, and even if the answer may not be as accurate as I need it to be, it would give me a start onto what I need to learn. It would help by also giving forms of questions and assessments that would be tailored to my questions and my requests that I had given it. And this would make it more personalized, so I don't have to worry about catching up with my class and everything, because I have sort of a tool, a textbook that is going to explain things to me the way I want to learn. Looking at how some students learn visually, some of them, like he was saying, he likes to have a teacher stand in front of him. We can use AI to generate videos that would explain the topics to you, and that could sort of mimic the engagement that you're looking for. So AI is growing. At its current stage, we are just looking at the general purpose versions of the AI, but once we go into those that are tailored for teaching, it would immensely help students to get knowledge acquisition done.
Okay, so I think it still boils down to the fact that AI is not taking our job, but it's just adding some spice to it, because that's what I got from you. But let me come to you, Titus. So still with you as a student, how are you using, this AI platforms, the Chat GPT, the Gemini? How is it improving you as an individual, as a student? Yeah.
All right, so I love the fact that Miss Mason talked about easy access to information. It is truism. That's a truism. When you go to Instagram, Meta AI.
Yes.
When you go to WhatsApp,
There's
AI.
Meta.
When you go to Facebook,
There is.
so you get any information easily. And I love that fact. But I think that as an individual, as a student, positively, how I will use AI should be a concern.
Yeah.
Yes, because some people can use it negatively, which they will be AI addicts. And at the end of the day, without depending on AI, you will be of no substance.
Yeah.
I am in class, most of my colleagues will be using AI to do research,
Ask
whilst,
questions,
let's say,
yeah.
exactly. But ask, what if at the examination hall you're not allowed to use your phone?
Well, of course, you won't even be allowed
How,
to use your phone.
how will you be of substance to yourself?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that it's nice, it's lovely, I love it. It gives me all the information. And I think even because of AI, you cannot come and misinform me.
Because
Yes,
you already have the
yes,
knowledge.
It's credible. And I love it. So I think how you will...
Yeah.
Let me just throw that disclaimer in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's credible sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes. But it depends on you, the person, you, the students, how you're going to use the AI.
So how do you use it? Because I know that students now, as you said earlier, depend so much on AI. Someone can go on AI, maybe you are given an assignment, punch in the question, then AI gives you everything. The student just picks it, paste it, do whatever editing with the font and the style and everything, and submit it. So how is that helping you as a student?
Okay, me for instance, I'm an avid reader.
Okay.
I read a lot, and I like reading. And mostly when a lecture comes in front of you, after teaching, after lecturing, the lecturer will give you some kind of things to go and read about. I do that a lot. But after doing those things, I just sometimes visit AI and ask of those things, and AI will add up to it. Making you abreast with that particular topic or information.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I do. But I don't depend solely on AI. Yeah, because I'm an avid reader myself. I love to smell hard copy books, and I love to do research.
Just like you want the lecturer to stand in front of you and give you that feel.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Something small on what he said.
Okay.
And I have actually realized this over the years, that the research is something that is very, very important. But I feel that our institutions are not, teaching us very well.
Why do you say that?
It has been a very big concern for me. And that is even one reason why I still want to find myself around the student body. I got to understand research, I got to know the strategies around it when I completed school. I got to understand how it works and then can get it to Chat GPT.
Okay. So
I can sit down with Chat and then be talking to, bro, I need this, I need that.
Yeah.
And through the directive, now, whenever somebody is going through a research headache, some do come to me.
Yeah.
And it is not as if I got the knowledge from a lecturer. What these people were doing in class was something else. They just come and talk and then they leave. But when I had time and then I saw that going forward, research is going to be very, very important.
Yeah.
I had to just engage the AI. Me, frankly speaking, whenever you talk about AI, I see it to be a savior. Oh yeah, verily.
Okay.
Because if you use it well,
Yeah.
it helps you well.
Okay.
And otherwise.
Okay. So you depend. I don't say you depend solely on AI, but can I say that?
Well,
Because you said you got the knowledge of research from AI, so that means you use it a lot. but you add your own knowledge to it because sometimes AI is not that accurate.
That's fine. That's fine. So the fact that AI helped me to be more advanced in research, it doesn't mean that, although what these lecturers were doing in class, I felt it was useless. But regardless, I had some things, some practical things with me that I feel they are useful.
Yeah.
So AI really helped me, but there are some things I can also really depend on AI.
Sure.
Some things are more practical,
Yeah.
like going to the market to get data. Fine, you can do that in a practical way, and then when you even come back, AI can even help you arrange it.
Arrange it.
Did you get it? Yeah.
Okay. So let me come to you, Miss Maison. Now let's talk about some concerns about privacy and data security that often comes up when you are implementing AI into our education. How can we address this or leveraging on AI?
Okay, so like every tool that's available, there are concerns about how it can be used, or should I say misused, to do things which are undesirable. So one key concern that we have with regards to AI is bias.
Okay.
So we look at AI, who is developing the AI technologies that we have right now? AI needs training data before, so the training data is used to teach AI to give you the responses that it gives you. Who is giving that information to the AI? All of that would factor into what the AI would give you as your answer. So for instance, if you are talking about, let's say the World War, for instance, and AI got its data from a pro-Nazi source, which says that, oh, Germany was so good in the World War. Germany did this. And that is what it was taught.
Yeah.
It would obviously come and give you that information as accurate. That's why I keep saying, or I'm throwing the disclaimer in, that AI is not credible.
Yeah.
So the source of the data, it's a key concern because that would show what type of teaching that it's going to be doing for you. And the second part that's key on the bias is that AI would categorize you, or it would look at your learning patterns, your metrics, and would say that, okay, this student has had to ask me questions on research about 5 times. So this is someone who is not a very good learner. And then would categorize you in a certain way. Now, after it has done this categorization, what happens to that data that it has acquired on you? Because let's not forget, it's not just giving us data, it's learning about us. It's learning how we use it, and it's training itself based on that. So as it keeps categorizing you in that source, in that way, what is going to happen? So if schools start using this mainstream kind of categorization, would they just put you in a group and say that, okay, these are the ungifted students, they don't deserve as much resources as these other students because these are the high performing students and these are the lower performing students. So let's not focus on the lower performing students. These are all key concerns that will come in. So where are we getting our data from? What is AI doing with our data? Those are key things that we need to answer whenever we choose a tool that we want to use.
Okay, that is very interesting. So we'll go for a quick break, and when we come back, we'll delve more into the discussion. Stay tuned. Welcome back from the break, and if you just joined us, this is African Student Voices show on AAU TV, and we have been discussing the impact of AI technologies on education in our African continent, and we've been having a very interesting conversation. You can also follow the conversation on our social media handles, Association of African Universities, on Facebook and YouTube. So we'll welcome back from the break. So we'll go deeper into the conversation. So now I'll come to you, Titus. So now let's talk about the fact that, I mean, looking at how countries are including AI technologies into the educational sector, how do you think we can, I mean, pick up that practices as students, as student bodies, as authorities of the various institutions to also help us, you know, get that kind of development that the other countries or the other countries' institutions are getting?
All right. Thank you very much. I think that you know, we are in a modernized world.
Yeah.
Everything is digital. Everything is technology. Mostly, when you're being given an assignment, using myself as a case study, when you're being given an assignment to work on a particular project, you will go do a research, and the person who taught you will tell you that make a reference.
Yeah.
Sometimes make a reference, you would use AI, but you will find it difficult to make a reference there.
Yeah.
So I think that these are also other problems that it makes relying on AI or putting yourself much into AI for your works to be done is very, very bad.
Okay.
So I think that countries should consider, especially the educational sectors in various countries, should consider these things. Educationists should consider these things and know how they will relate to students pertaining to the use of AI, the use of other chats, GTP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me come to you, Justice. How do you think what other countries are doing we can actually do better to get to where they are in terms of AI and our learning processes?
So I think preferably not necessarily copying them, but we first need to identify where our problem is.
Yeah.
Identification, they say, happens to be the very first step to solving a problem. So when we are done identifying it, that would make us know the right direction to head towards using the AI.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
So, well, others can use it, they will fail. Others have used it, they are prospering.
Yeah.
So the fact that somebody has used and then the country is prospering doesn't mean that if we are to copy the same means and processes with you, we are actually going to head towards that end. So I feel the best thing to do by inculcating this technology into our system is to identify where we need to send them or directly fix them at.
Yeah.
That one help us to even know with a little move or touch, it becomes better and prosperous for us.
Okay, but still on you, Justice. I mean, as AI has become very important in our classrooms, what role do you think educators can play in helping us have a very meaningful learning experience and also supporting students' development? Because I think most lecturers do not actually like the fact that students use AI in the assignment. So right now, as an educator or as the lecturers or as whoever, how do you think they can help us? Because I don't think students are going to stop using AI to do their assignment or do their research. So what role do you think they can play in this regard?
So that is fine. AI, because it is artificial intelligence.
Exactly.
Human beings are natural beings. So there's no way we can take nature from, we can take nature out of this scene. So it boils down to the fact that we can never take, these lecturers and then teachers out from the scene. They need to be there to serve as a guide or guard. Do you get it? Because, fine, the fact that AI is, surely going to, most at times, provide you with the solutions you need, as we all agreed on, it is not credible. Do you get it? So there are some sort of help or touches or guidance we will need from these educators. Although some do not consent to the fact that students use it. But modernity too is at stake. We are growing. We are no more in time past. So things are changing. And then I feel that what would make them love AI is these training colleges trying to include AI, settings into their, So it would make them be aware of it and know how best to control students when they are using it.
Okay, so if I'm getting you clearly, so it's like you want the lecturers to accept that, of course, there is AI and we cannot stop. So in a way, they have to accept that and then help us understand how we can actually use it.
Yes, please. Yeah. Because, see, without even proper knowledge, You can't even use the AI.
Use the AI.
Because people complain that ChatGPT is nothing. See, I feel if you know how to really use it, you really stand top of everything. If you know how to really use it, you get it. But some people just, copy questions and drop them.
Drop it there.
You get it.
Yeah.
And now, since these lecturers saw that there've been the invention of AIs, there are some other applications or cited to you that detect if you used an AI to solve a question or not.
Yes, that's true.
Do you get it? So, you as a student, if and only you are knowledgeable enough, you can know how to deal with the AI for some answers to be like human provided answers. Do you get it? Or there are even some sites or apps that can humanize AI generated text for you.
Yeah.
So we can never take away, yes, the presence of educators when it comes to the usage of AI. Yes, please, we can't.
Okay.
Jemima, I want to add an addendum to what Bekoe said.
Okay.
I have this lecturer who taught me information gathering and research, Dr. Rabna Tabipa.
Okay.
This same madam, when you use any other means to solve a question she gave you, she can detect, she can find out.
Of course.
Yes. When she see your work, she will be able
just by
to
reading
tell
it,
you that this is not
it's not you.
Yes, this is not you. Other lecturers can detect other people, but how you will use it is what matters here. And I love the fact that he said, then lecturers should then show us, developers should then show us how to use it positively and effectively.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let me come to you.
Oh,
you would want to add something?
Yes. So I think the other key thing that we're forgetting is that AI is not just for students.
Everybody.
They, as educators, can make use of it as well. So I have given assignments, and I have over 100 students assignments to mark. How can I use AI to do that? There are tools that can help you use technologies to grade your papers, saving you time. There are tools that can help you build your curriculum so that when I'm going to class to teach, I have something that has already prepared. Not that I don't know what I will teach, but it has just given me enough resources.
Yes.
I go to class and my students should ask me questions and I have to come back with answers. I can also use AI. So all that I am trying to say is we always, when we talk about AI in education, we always think of it of students using it to solve their questions, but it goes for everybody.
Yeah.
Lecturers can use it as well. Lecturers can use it to build lesson plans. They can use it to actually create videos, like I mentioned earlier, and show in class to say, this is what it looks like when the earth is revolving around the sun. And that all that information would also help make their class more interesting for their students. It would also build engagement with their students, and they could also share tips about how they have used AI, and so this is how you students should use it. Because I think now the conversation should not be students don't use AI for your assignments. It's about after you've used AI, what do you do with the data that you got? What did you learn from it? Yeah.
So when a lecturer uses AI and a lecturer who has been teaching you use AI and you the students also wants to use AI, both of you are using AI, then why should I depend on you, the lecturer?
No, so you are depending for my expertise. Like we have mentioned, not every AI is, for the AI classifications, ChatGPT is called GPT because it's a general purpose technology. So if you're using something that is general purpose, obviously the knowledge that it will give you would not be as perfect as one that is specific for the medical field or for the education field or for whatever field you are in. So my expertise as an educator would be looking at what you have gotten or what you prepared, and then I can say that this and this is not accurate, or this and this can be better explained this way. So, because at the end of the day, it's not about preventing students, for me, it's not about preventing students from using the AI technologies, but it's about guiding them, making sure they understand what they read, and showing them how to use it effectively. Because, like he was mentioning, his use of AI has made him a better researcher. It has made him a better Googler, let me say. So now he knows how to frame his questions when he needs something. And these are all useful tools as a developer. It's something that we always joke about, that when we have anything to do, first thing you do is go on Stack Overflow and just Google how to get it done.
Yeah.
So it's about learning how to use the tools to help you.
Yeah. Okay. So still on you, Miss Maison. I know that, I mean, AI is good, but of course it's got some challenges. So what are some of these challenges that you think AI poses if it is integrated into our curriculum?
Okay, so one of the challenges that I may have mentioned earlier about the bias, I think I'm very passionate about that, because when you have biases, it would misrepresent certain groups and would make sure that they are always going to be underrepresented. So that is a very key concern of mine. And before AI can actually go into our curriculum, we actually have to learn about what AI technologies we want, identify why we want to use that technology, and how are we integrating it? What is it replacing? Because again, like he mentioned, not everything is perfect for every situation.
Yeah.
Because look at how we all struggled with adopting online classes during COVID. That's because it's something that we were not used to.
Yeah.
In certain countries where they had online schools and online courses, this is not something that would have been any different for them. But because it's not something we are used to, then it'll pose challenges for us. So when we have all of that in place, next thing we'll need to do is start regulating the use of AI. So AI, another big challenge of AI is that, so you pick the training data, you give it to the machine learning algorithm, and then it churns out the answer for you. How did it come about the fact that this is the answer to this question? We don't know. Even the developers don't know how it comes about, that answer. All it did is I gave it data. So there was a thing I read about an AI tool that was developed for looking at scans to check if the person had cancer. So they did it and they saw that, oh, it was actually very good at predicting. So later they couldn't obviously see why it was coming across that, because there was no proper transparency. But after looking into it, they realized that when the radiologist actually does the scan and there's cancerous tumors in it, in the scan, it puts a ruler there to help you understand how big it is. So all the AI tool was doing was it was looking for pictures that had that ruler in there. So if you have the ruler, you have cancer. So it wasn't actually doing anything ingenious at this point. So once you understand why it's coming up with that data, you can understand how you would use that data, and that would also be able to prevent the bias.
Okay, sure. So let me come to you, Justice. Let's talk about some challenges you think AI will pose if added to our curriculum. Why are you laughing?
Oh, interesting. So challenges.
Of course.
I'm so, super excited about the benefits, such that I even, give a blind eye to the challenges. Yes. I feel that machines are not 100% efficient.
Yes.
I'm so glad I had a teacher to tell me this in JHS. So it is still in my head. So definitely there are going to be some challenges.
Yeah.
So I think one common thing we mostly feel or see to be a challenge is when students actually use these innovative, tools, and then at the end their informations are out.
Yeah.
So it looks as if these AI things too can some way, somehow sell your information or details to the general public. So how do we get to solve that? I feel that is a big and then a crucial challenge that needs to be looked at.
Okay. All right. Titus, would you want to add some challenges? AI will propose in our curriculum?
Well, I think I am not experienced like the Queen when it comes to AI. So he said it all. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so looking ahead, let's talk about what future, what trends you foresee in the continual evolution of AI's impact on our education. What do you foresee? What do you think is going to happen with regards to AI and our educational system?
I think the last time, one thing that I pictured was a time will come where we will be allowed to use AI, yet research would be one of the most important things in education sector, because we will be given the chance to do our own research. It doesn't matter the kind of source you will get, but what makes you stand out when it comes to research work?
That'll be the
Yes.
problem.
So that is the only thing I picture positively. Yeah.
Okay.
Or the developments of education through AI.
Okay. So Mason, briefly, what do you foresee?
Well, I do foresee that our education system is going to change, although it would change very slowly for those of us in our parts of the world where there's a big digital divide. I foresee that there would be use of augmented reality, there will be use of virtual reality in the teaching and learning process, because if we come to school and we all have VR headsets and we want to go and visit the Elmina Castle, we don't actually need to drive there. Using augmented reality, we would be able to visit and learn about how the place was. We can even have videos about how everything was working. We can visit the zoos, see the anatomy of a lion and perform surgeries and everything using all of these. So it's augmented reality and virtual reality is a thing that is going to happen. Looking at how Facebook has the metaverse and all of those, and so it would it's our next step, but again, slowly for those of us here.
Okay, but how do you think students and lecturers can prepare themselves for this, for the future?
Okay, so for lecturers, I think they would have to get to a level of acceptance, because, you know, with every level of change management, there would be resistance to the change because it's going to affect how someone is going to work. Some lecturers are going to feel that they're going to be out of a job if I am unable to sort of grade my papers as fast as my colleagues, if I'm unable to teach the most recent information, I am going to be falling behind. But there has to be a level of acceptance, there has to be a level of training, working with the teachers to build the tools the way that we need them for our students, so that it's very us-centered. Yeah, so till we have that acceptance, there will be a lot of resistance to the change. And for students, I think for that it's been very easy because, let's be honest, everyone likes cheap side. So.
That's true. Okay, so lastly, Justice, what do you foresee? What do you foresee in the future regards to AI and what it will pose to our educational sector? And how do you think lecturers and students can prepare themselves for this?
Okay, students are prepared already. So lecturers are are supposed to, I think, be in a sense of acceptance.
Okay, as you said.
And then also try to live and catch up with the new norm.
Okay.
Because in no time it is surely going to take over.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it is going to relegate their prowess. Okay. They are still going to be relevant in our communities because being a teacher, being a lecturer, being whatever that communicates teaching is not a simple thing to do. That is it.
But let me say this. Jemima, you see, rebranding, revitalizing, it is killing us.
There's already a brand.
Yes, I ask myself that with the absence of AI, were we not living?
We were. Everything was okay. But now, it's more okay. Put it that way.
But no, is the inclusion of AI going to kill us?
Of course not.
It won't, yes. See, times and seasons. So fine. There's no way you can compare today to yesterday. And there's no way you can compare today to tomorrow.
Yeah.
there are going to be some significant changes. Do you get it? So why don't we prepare to meet whatever that is coming our way?
Okay.
I just feel we should be futuristic when it comes to education.
Yeah.
Do you get it? There's always going to be a challenge. There's always going to be a challenge. We should just accept this.
Yeah.
This is the fact. There's going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
But even in the midst of the challenge, how are we going to sail through? That should be the sin, or that should be our burden.
Yeah.
Not necessarily trying to kill that, because it is surely going to come.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay. So thank you guys so much. It's been a fruitful discussion. So this has been African Student Voices, and today we discussed the AI revolution, the impact of AI technologies on our education. My name is Jemima Delademduchi. You can also join or follow the conversation on our social media handles, Association of African Universities, on Facebook and YouTube. Have a nice day and see you same time next time. Bye.